Why does someone go into commercial as opposed to residential? You know, I feel like it's a lot smaller segment in the market, and it's something that you're seeing a lot more of now. But what's attractive about being a commercial agent?
COVID very much squashed the belief that work from home will take over.
Yeah.
Because on the recovery from COVID, people just went back to using offices.
A big thing for commercial, can you loan commercial? I would imagine it's quite easy to sell now as well, right?
They already owned office space anyway for their businesses. So then when they've looked into the market, they see a huge gap.
That commercial podcast. Finally, we're here.
That's it.
Welcome, fellas. Today we are joined by two of our commercial team, our commercial manager and Frank, aka Cam, or Cam, aka Frank. Welcome, fellas. The commercial team of Strada, new team.
That's it. It's exciting, eh?
Very exciting. How are we getting on so far?
So what are we now? We're probably 9 weeks, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, 9-10 weeks in. And then, just currently in the process of building the team. So we've got myself, we've got Frank, we have a couple of others out on the floor at the minute that didn't want to put themselves forward for
Make
speaking.
me come on instead.
Yeah,
right?
that's it. Obviously we're still not full yet. We're still looking for the right people.
Yeah.
Look, it's exciting. A brand new area for the business. So
okay, so on that then, Frank, you were obviously in residential before. Why does someone go into commercial as opposed to residential? You know, I feel like it's a lot smaller segment in the market, and it's something that you're seeing a lot more of now. But what's attractive about being a commercial agent?
Cash flow for sure.
Okay.
Rent and sales, the ability to do both. But it's not just like cash flow in the sense of like it's proper cash flow. Like commissions you're earning for a rent is actually better than what a lot of people would earn for a sale. For example, like I've sold a one bed before on a split deal in Old Town. You might take home 30k say, which is some people wouldn't do, but it's you can do one rental in Business Bay in a nicer building, even in a Grade B. And you would earn that, and you would get paid at the end of the month. You wouldn't have to deal with all the the legal processes or the sales conveyancing in such a way. It's just quite quick. So yeah.
Okay, nice. So cash flow is one of them. I imagine you probably don't work weekends as well, right?
Offices are closed, aren't they? So if you're trying to view a tenanted office, or if an owner specifically wants to come out, because I think the difference is like with residential, if you're house shopping, you're doing that in your free time because you're working during the week, and then you're going to house shop at the weekend.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a new office, it's different. A new office is work.
Yeah.
You're doing that during what people would typically consider the working hours, 9 to 5, and then they'll spend their weekends house shopping with one of the other guys in the office.
I actually asked for a viewing yesterday, and I put the guy asked for Saturday because he's obviously the nature of his business, and I put can we view at Saturday at 12? She just put two letters, no.
Nice,
so,
clear cut.
Good. Okay, cool. And commercial, from what I can see, I don't know a huge amount about commercial, right? So I'm learning as well. But it's a lot more fast-paced than residential, from what I can see. What sort of areas? I know there's certain areas in Dubai that have the majority of the commercial buildings, right?
Yeah.
So you got what, JLT?
Yeah, JLT, which is a free zone.
Okay.
Licensed by a different authority than if you were to take a mainland license, which is governed by the Dubai Economic Department. So that license would cover downtown, Business Bay, Sheikh Zayed Road, and then there are the free zones, JLT, Jafsa, if you take an office in Media City, all different kind of free zones, and they offer different benefits as a business owner. So for example, like if you wanted to take, as a real estate owner, an office in JLT, the authority won't allow you to do that because it's not in their listed activities.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's benefits. So like if you take an office in JLT, which is covered by the DMCC, they focus on commodity trading. So gold, jewelry.
Yeah.
If you're trying to start these kind of businesses over with the Dubai Economic Department in Business Bay Downtown, they're not going to allow you because it's not under their licensed businesses.
Okay, got you. So you've got your different segments in different areas, yeah, which is quite good because then it builds like a hub for that area.
Correct,
right?
yeah, correct.
Okay, good stuff. And from what I understand, you've got different graded buildings in those areas as well, right? So talk me through that.
Yeah, obviously you've got your likes of Omniat. Same in residential. You have your EMAR, and then as you branch down the list, you've got people who have they do the
In my
development
head,
or
I'm
whatever.
thinking, who are you going to throw under the bus?
Yeah. I've literally got a monkey
No
there
names,
saying,
no names.
just make sure there's no gaffes in this podcast. So yeah, just like your standard developers who, you know, they might do 1 or 2 projects, the quality's good, and as you come down a list, that, you know, the quality shows, price reflects, and there's everything involved. But I mean, the main ones are obviously like Omniat, you know, Dubai Properties, Emar do have obviously nice offices too. There's plenty, you know, I'm still learning them, to be totally honest.
Yeah. And in terms, I mean, from what I understand as well, a lot of people were renting offices back in the day, and now we're seeing an increase in purchases.
Yeah.
So is that from businesses coming in here and saying, putting their stamp on the area, saying, right, we're here now, we're going to take we're going to buy an office and be here for a while, or is that investors, or is it a mix? What are we seeing?
So in real estate, you'll notice, like, even in like the likes of American and stuff now, like fashion companies are buying their own stores outright, the real estate, just because the rents, as they're increasing, especially in Dubai of all places, people are looking and saying, right, okay, the cost that it's actually, you know, what it's actually costing us in terms of what we'll actually save there, you know, in terms of it. Let's face it, it's a building, it appreciates. Rent's not dead money from, you know, depending on how you look at it, from a cash flow point of view. But if you've got, you know, reserves sitting there, or if you've got money sitting there, why not get involved in the Dubai market, whether it's commercial or residential, and you know, when you sell, you're going to make money back.
100%.
Get your usage back. You've used it for free, essentially.
And I would imagine it's quite easy to sell now as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think what Frank said regards the cash flow for a business, you could be the most successful business going, huge profit margins, huge revenue. As a business, once again, if we take Strada for example, this office, if it went to sale tomorrow, would be 15 million plus. Strada as a business are better off spending 15 million on the business than the asset. So it can be a business which generates all the revenue in the world, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense for them to buy it. I would just say the increase in buy-in has just come from, like, the same as residential. People are a lot more sure on Dubai as a long-term project, and they can see how lucrative it is. I think COVID very much squashed the belief that work from home will take over, because on the recovery from COVID, people just went back to using offices. It's nice to have work from home every now and again, as and when convenient, but it was never a culture that was really going to stick. And I think obviously now the market has jumped up so much, people have seen that and are now a lot more confident in investing in that space.
Okay, and in terms of an investment then, are we seeing a lot of investors come in to buy it? You know, like, there's a big boom at the moment in buy, renovate, resell in residential. So are we seeing that as well in offices? And if we are, how are we understanding? So I've always thought about, you know, if I was going to buy an office like this, how am I going to know how many seats are going to be in here? Is it to do with the space? How many meeting rooms do I need? Do I need directors' offices? How would that work?
I think if you're taking a space which is 1,000 square feet, it's quite easy to configure, because if you're an office which 1,000 square feet will generally fit 8 to 10 people, no matter what your business is, generally speaking, you're going to want a manager room, a conference room, and some workstations.
Okay.
As the size of the office grows, the layout of these offices and the setup of the business is going to be a lot different. You don't know if they're going to have lots of associates in like manager cabins, or whether it's going to be our style where it's out on the floor. I think going back to what you're saying about the renovating, people are making money by making a ready-to-go office for like an opening business. So if you're getting a new license and you've got 8 employees, you've got enough to think about. You just want to come into an office where I can bring in my laptop on Monday, turn on the D-Word, turn on the internet, and get going. So it's making it, well, we would call it turnkey, right? Making it a turnkey office for these new businesses.
But there is a set size for that, right, as well? So there is a set guideline to say this is what you're going to be doing. I imagine the margins are going to be fairly similar as well on those. And
I think especially as a new investor, you want to be keeping it as safe as you can for your first few, because you're going to make mistakes and you can learn from them as you then move into bigger offices. I mean, what I've seen with investors that are doing these projects is they already owned office space anyway for their businesses. So then when they've looked into the market, they see a huge gap. Like, we can't walk into these spaces and bring our laptops. We have to spend hundreds of thousands, if not like over $1 million dirham, getting it ready. So they see the gap of, right, well, why don't we just make this for other people and go from there.
You do still get though, like, let's be honest, like if you go into residential and you see some guy and he'll say like, I've done my apartment, it's amazing. And you go in, he's got leopard print wallpaper, polka dots everywhere. You still get like these owners or whatever you want to call them, and you say like, they'll say my office is fitted out, great standard, and you go inside and you're like, you see, you think you don't know how to approach it, but it's the same thing, same but different.
That's like anything though, right? And I imagine that's more of someone that's used the office to their taste and then they're trying to sell it on.
Correct.
Whereas if you're doing it to sell it, you're going to keep it fairly neutral, fairly plain, and like I say. A big thing for commercial, can you loan commercial? Can you loan against commercial mortgages?
Commercial mortgages are becoming a lot bigger than what they were.
Yeah.
Banks in the UAE previously were quite hesitant to loan. You do still need quite a lot of, like if you're buying under a company name, you're going to need a lot of company documents and company history. But yeah, definitely. I mean, you're looking at 30% down as a minimum.
Okay.
And yeah, like I said, the company history is going to be there, but it is a lot more common than what it was.
What about off-plan? So do we have any off-plan launches? I mean, obviously off-plan is massive at the moment in residential, but do we have anything coming to the market with a payment plan or?
You got a good one?
Yeah, well, I mean, like every day you will see a new launch for a residential building, whether that's JVC or like every single day there's a new one. As you know, like I've been here since 2020. I've not seen a single building come to market that you can buy as an off-plan units. Yeah. We took this building and it was rental only.
Yeah.
Every other launch, your ICD Brookfield in DAFC, rental only. The Emar Business Park just next door to us, rental only.
Aldous as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And even the new ones, the DIFC 2 will be rent only. TCOM Innovation Hub, it will all be rental only. There are a couple now coming to market. Omniat have launched one at a Brave price point, but you wouldn't.
Brave as in high?
Yeah, high price point, but you wouldn't put it past them.
And if there's nothing available, then
exactly,
you're setting the trend, right? You're setting the market.
If you go into Opus and stuff, you'd see. If you are the only one who does something, it's like...
Where is the Omniat Tower?
So where the Lana Hotel is, there's going to be a full district there for Omniat property, basically. So yeah, it'll be there. It'll be full floors only, and it's aimed at obviously incredibly high-end businesses, finance firms, wealth management, things like that.
Yeah, because you're seeing like a transition away. Obviously, we've got the IFC, but I know they're trying to make like the DED side of it more like a Manhattan style, and you'll get people who won't want to use the IFC for different reasons, whatever.
Or
that may
who can't,
be.
right? Who don't operate under that sort of that license, but want to have that feel and that sophistication with their offices and their district. So that's really good. All right, fellas, good stuff. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think you've probably covered all we needed to do for the first episode.
First intro.
I think going forward, we'll probably make it a little bit more of an update on prices, locations and trends that we're seeing. I think for today, nice intro.
Good stuff. Thanks very much.
Intro to Frank.
See you soon.
See you soon.
That's a whistle next week.
Yeah, I have a shirt, I hope.
All right, cheers, mate.
Sweet.